What's up, NBA fan? What's up, all sports fans? This your boy JB, host of the Behind the Bench Podcast Network and channel, giving a shout out to the rest of the crew: Shad, Kelvin, Jermaine, KB Film Room, Big Dog Talk Sports. That's right. For everyone who's tuning in, thank you for supporting Behind the Bench. Subscribe to the channel, help make the show the best that it can be. Now, what's the buzz? Around the NBA? They're dubbing it the blockbuster trade of the ages, man. And before I kind of break this down, man, all I can say is, when this initial trade went down, the summer 2019, they said, oh, man, I'm talking about one Anthony Davis. And when the Lakers traded for him in the summer 2019, they said he was going to be the future. That's always the selling point. He's going to be the future. LeBron James, the Hurricane, will eventually pass the keys over to AD. He'll lead the franchise into the future, man. But it sounds good. But the problem is that when they brought the Hurricane to the team, the focus went from building a tremendous future to embracing an all-time win-now scenario. So there was no move that was going to be made, even at the time, acquiring Anthony Davis when he was, 26 years old, 25, 26 years old, that he was going to be, quote-unquote, the future. Because to acquire Anthony Davis, the future had to be mortgaged. And that's why the team has been operating on year-to-year total roster moves and overhauls. You see what I'm saying? So when the news broke yesterday, the team has made so many moves and acquisitions and trades over the past 6 years, going on year 7, it's really no emotion. It's really no, at least for me, and, pulling back the pages prior to Anthony Davis being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, while he was playing for his original team, the New Orleans Pelicans, he never made no indication that he wanted to be traded to the Lakers or wanted to play for the Lakers. And as a matter of fact, after he was traded to the Lakers, throughout his first season on the team on 4 different occasions, he made mention that it was always a dream for him to play for his home team in Chicago because that's where he's from. So I knew that he was never going to retire as a Laker. I already knew that. Shaquille O'Neal. Now, he didn't retire as a Laker, but he signed as a free agent for 8 years. And when they signed Shaquille O'Neal, the Lakers were already a playoff level team. And when they signed Shaquille O'Neal, they didn't mortgage their future. They didn't rid of any other cornerstone players at the time. And they had just brought in Kobe Bean Bryant as a rookie, 18 years old. But to acquire Anthony Davis, as the Hurricane forced the issue, the future was already mortgaged away. And this is what I've been trying to convey to Laker fans who were led to support this. This was a short-term venture, all-time win-now scenario, and what's crazy about it, man, is that by mortgaging the future off, which happened, outside of that 1 year, which culminated in the bubble, these 2 superstars never won 50 games throughout the course of the regular season. They never won 50 games, which astounds me. But when you remove a whole roster of young talent, of young draftees, you can have 2 superstars. You could have 3 superstars, which they did 3 years ago with the Hurricane, AD, and Westbrook. And they only won 33 games. And they had Carmelo Anthony coming off the bench as a 6th man. They brought back Dwight Howard. They brought back Rajon Rondo. And they lost 49 games that year. So essentially at that point, the gig been up. So what happened was it carried over to the next year, and they was on the verge of missing the playoffs for the second straight season, and they got an infusion of young talent. That's what anchored the franchise. Not the two superstars, but the infusion of the young players, which they used the 27 first-round pick to facilitate the trade to bring back D'Angelo Russell, who the team drafted back in 2015. And now he's already gone. So when cats out there tell me, well, do what you have to do, well, they've been doing it since the summer 2018. Matter of fact, to prepare to create the cap space to sign the Hurricane, they traded away Jordan Clarkson and traded away Larry Nance Jr., who both were having their best seasons, and let Julius Randle walk after he played all 82 games for this franchise. So it's been a process. It's been a process of elimination to even bring the dude to the team. And then he forced the issue to trade for Anthony Davis. And then they was trying to bring the third superstar, Kawhi Leonard, after he led Toronto to the championship, their first championship in 2019. So that's why I said the plan really has never really worked according to plan. So the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm not even going to talk about who initiated the trade, whether it was the Los Angeles Lakers or their counterpart, the Dallas Mavericks. The Los Angeles Lakers traded Anthony Davis along with Max Christie, third-year player for the Lakers, who they drafted in 2022 in the second round, who was really starting to ascend as the fifth starter on the team, averaging double figures, playing great defense. He was their best defender up top. They trade Max Christie, 21 years old, and a 29 first-round pick to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic, Max Kleber, and Markieff Morris, who was on the Lakers during the 2020 season, during the year of the bubble. So my take on it is, man, like I said, at the end of the day, I really don't feel nothing, man. It's been so many moves made, man. But see, like I said, when they said AD was going to be the future, he's going to retire as a Laker, it's the same thing when they said, well, all the players that they signed, re-signed during the 23 offseason, a season and a half ago, they re-signed Hachimura. You got people clamoring for Hachimura to be traded out, to bring in a big man. Dalton Knecht. There's talks of a push to have him included in the trade. So why should I feel any connection to what's going on? There is no connection. It's just a rotation of players. But to rotate the players in and out, to facilitate it, the Lakers have to continue giving up first-round pick after first-round pick. So now the talk is to package Austin Reeves if necessary, Hachimura or Dalton Knecht, because Max Christie's gone now. To bring in a big man and the 2031 first round pick. So you include that pick, I mean, hey, you're done. And now after trading for Luka Doncic, he's a hell of a player, man. He's a top 5 player. But the problem is, man, now you don't have the type of player in Anthony Davis who you mortgage the future to get. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, you gave up all of that. And the only thing that you got in return was a title in a bubble. That's it. A title in a bubble. So like I said, this whole experience has been devoid of any real type of emotional connection. But Anthony Davis, I would say, man, he's in a good place now. Because he can't be scapegoated no more. He can't be scapegoated no more, man. The young core that was casted out, they can't be scapegoated no more. D'Angelo Russell can't be scapegoated no more. Russell Westbrook, who's playing great in Denver, with Jokic, Nikola Jokic, he can't be scapegoated no more. That's all this been, man. That's all this been. But Anthony Davis, when he was traded here to the Lakers in the summer of 2019, I want everybody to think about this, man. The thought was, oh, man, the Lakers going to rack off about 3 straight titles, man. But it's why I keep saying, after the bubble, the gig was up because of what they traded to get Anthony Davis. And then even the players who they traded to create the cap space to bring in LBJ. And letting the player like Julius Randle, who gave you 82 games and was averaging 20 and 10, after he was inserted to the starting lineup, he was let go for nothing. So my take on it is this, man, and I will continue to attest to this. The Lakers would have been better off, man, just sticking with what they had and just continue to build the right way. You see what I'm saying? Now, the talk is, well, you bring in Luka, he can be, the face of your franchise for the next 10 years. That's a long time to predict 10 years. You can't say that. No, you cannot say that. 10 years? And he's 25. So normally, by the time you reach your mid-30s, you start to age anyway, and you lose a step. But I tell you what, maybe by trading Anthony Davis, then the Hurricane, man, he will eventually waive his no-trade clause, which the Lakers never should have agreed to, and he will request a trade. And his franchise will rid themselves of this whole era, man. That's been chaotic. It's been toxic. It's been, it's almost been radioactive. And to me, it has not been fun at all. This has not been a fun experience, man. The team has been led to draft this man's son, who's not an NBA player. No matter what fans of the Hurricanes say, he's not an NBA player, man. If this was anybody else's son and he was out there, showing his lack of ability to truly play at this level, that would be the sentiment shared across the basketball landscape. So if he requests a trade, I would be elated, man, because I'd be like, man, I finally got my team back, dog. That's all I want, man. I can deal with Luka, because at least Luka will compete. He will compete. And he did lead Dallas to the finals last year, with one other star on the team, Kyrie Irving. But I tell you what, Dallas is going to be a good team, man. They're going to be a good team because AD gets to play his natural position, and then they got Derek Lively. I know he's out due to injury right now, but once he gets back right and returns back to the lineup, Derek Lively, man, he really showed out in the postseason last year, especially against OKC. I believe he was the reason why they came back from that 2-1 deficit to beat OKC. I truly believe that, to close that series out and ultimately to advance to the finals. And Daniel Gafford is the backup, AD at the 4, and word is he waived his trade kicker to free up cap space, possibly for Dallas to make another move. They may bring in a point guard, and then you can slide Kyrie to his natural 2-guard position. See, everything will be in balance. You see what I'm saying? And then Klay Thompson is your 3, which is his natural position. So Dallas is going to be tough, and their depth will be even more of a threat. You know what I'm saying? So Dallas, man, I would say to me, in terms of what you're getting in return, I would say Dallas is set up nice. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, Anthony Davis, just as a basketball fan in the grand scheme of things, man, he really should have stayed in New Orleans, man, because they was doing really good. Remember, they traded for DeMarcus Cousins. during the I think that was like around the first month or the second month of the 2017-2018 season. And he and Anthony Davis was rolling. They was like the new Twin Towers, the new Akeem Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson from the Houston Rocket days of the mid-'80s. And they probably could have reached the conference finals that year, but DeMarcus Cousins, ruptured his Achilles. And New Orleans still went to the second round, only to lose to the Golden State Warriors, who eventually went on to win back-to-back championships. So they was building something down there. I think he should have stayed down there, man. He probably would have won a league MVP by now, defensive player of the year. He was more dominant. To me, he was more dominant, playing with his real team, But, he won't be no scapegoat no more, man. I tell you that. But until the Lakers remove and move beyond the hurricane, man, it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same thing, dog. It's gonna be the same thing. Trades, this and that. The ownership ain't doing it. I guarantee you, fans. If LeBron requested a trade and finally leave the Lakers, man, let the Lakers be free. The talking heads, man, they ain't gonna even worry about the Lakers, man. Wherever team he would go to, that'd be the new center of attention. I'm telling you. That's what happened when he left Cleveland the first time, went down to South Beach. And that's what happened to South Beach when he left there, returned back to Cleveland. But like I said, man, this 7 years, man, I have felt nothing. That's just me. I can't speak for nobody else, but I have felt nothing during this whole experience, man, other than just longing for my team to get control back in its organization. That's it, man. This is it. But Anthony Davis, after playing 6.5, 5.5 seasons for this franchise, let me see, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22, 22-23, 23-24. Yeah, after 5.5 seasons, he is now a Dallas Maverick. The keys was never going to be passed down to him, man. It was never going to be. Never going to be, man. Never going to be. So all this player turnover, man, once all this done, man, once I highlight the number of transactions and acquisitions the team has made since they brought the Hurricane to the team, people are not going to believe it, man. I got the number right now. I just don't want to share it, because the thing won't be over until they finally move on from this dude. And that's the bottom line. But AD, Anthony Davis, is no longer a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. And he and Max Christie, which he's a 3-and-D wing, 21 years old, another young talent, traded. And the Lakers 29 first-round pick to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic, the Don, Max Kleber, and Markieff Morris. So whoever's watching the video, post comments, let us know what you think. And until next time, this is JB for BTB Behind the Bench, y'all.